Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to this video tutorial on how to go brain dating. Today, we have Makayda Vishon, who will take us through the main features of the BrainDate platform and answer some of our burning questions. Over to you, Makayda.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. So today we're going to be looking at how to get onto the BrainDate platform and how to enjoy the platform itself. So right now I'm currently in the event platform that you all have access to. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go down to BrainDate. Just click easily here and it automatically opens up a new tab for you. You will see that you're automatically logged in with a profile. That's because both of these platforms are connected in the sense of your registration. So now that we're on the platform, as you can see, I have a green banner here highlighting my time zone. Now, obviously, this is probably not your time zone. I've already been on this platform and I did switch my time zone to represent where I am staying, my local time. So if you have any changes to this, you could quickly click here and you can adjust your time zone here. Now, this platform is by default on Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So you will see a different time zone. If that's not yours, please feel free to click on that green banner, come here, click on any one that suits you. Anyone you click, always make sure to save your changes. So I'm going to go to our main part of the platform. This is the home page. This is your topic market page. As you can see, we currently have an amazing 34 topics on the platform already. And it's a really nice, diverse list of one-on-ones and group brain dates. Now, a group brain date is when you have a host, the individual who created the topic, and 4 other delegates who do attend the conversation and participate in the discussion itself. A one-on-one is you plus the individual who created the topic itself. Now you'll see there's definitely a mix here. So there's a couple ways you could look for topics. You could do so whether if it's scrolling down, or you could go to our filters and sort. If you're more keen on a group or more keen on a one-on-one, you can identify it that way as well. If you're looking for a specific date because you're only available, say on the 6th. And then from there, you want to do it by date and time. So the most upcoming or the earliest within the day on that date, you click apply. And this is how you're able to also find even more so a topic you might be looking for. Another thing to note is that you can also search topics by keywords up here. Enter any keyword that for any kind of topic of interest of yours, and you'll be able to find a lot of relevant topics that you're seeking as well. I'm going to remove this reset default. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to go to people. So as you can see, we have topics and people. This is a new feature that we have for you this year. This is so you're able to find other delegates attending the AIEC, but mainly for those who are actually active on the platform. So through here, you can either pop in their name here and search, or you could just scroll through like more of a Rolodex and have a look through. Now, if I go to George, you could see I'm viewing his profile. It's amazing. I get to see what he does, for whom, things that interest him, some of the elements he's looking to talk about as well, really diverse. And I could see he actually has some topics already, so I could simply just click and join some of his topics he already has. If I was looking for a more one-on-one time with George, I would also choose to invite him on a brain date. Now, this is doing a one-on-one brain date. If you or George or neither of you have a topic already created, the platform will prompt you to create a topic, the one-on-one topic. But if one of you already has a one-on-one topic created that's already on the platform, it'll just ask you to pick one of them that's most relevant to you. Another thing you could do here is if you have a colleague who is interested in George and maybe the work he does, you could also recommend his topic, so or his profile, and they'll also be able to see his topic. So I could put here Kim, I could click here and I could write a message, and then I could send this recommendation to another delegate as well. So these are 2 new features you're going to see on our platform from last year. And then if I go back to topics here, so another little aspect I'd like to show you is how to look at your profile. So as mentioned, when you log in or when you click the tile in the other platform, you are going to get to your profile. You'll see that you already have one. And it might be a minimal profile. So I really do suggest that you fill out your profile. By doing so, you click on profile. edit my profile, and then you could adjust your title, your company. We have two questions here that you could answer that gives a bit more insight to who you are. And then also really interesting, you can add your social links here. And this also gives an opportunity for other delegates to be able to connect with you outside of the Braindate platform as well. So if you have anything you'd like to share here, please do so. Fill out your profile a bit more, update your photo if you'd like, and anything you do, please save. And then same goes to here. I will not have any topics at the moment, but if you had topics, it would be found here. If not, as you can see, we prompt you to create a topic. And the other is availability. If you're a very busy individual, you could also choose to sync your Google or Outlook calendar here. It's very simple. You just click on it and it logs you in, and then you're synced. That way, any brain dates you book will also go into your personal calendars, and anything you have in your personal calendars will show you as busy in the Braindate calendar. This also allows us to not double book ourselves. Also found in this section is your preferences. So in your preferences, that's where you find your time zone. This is also where you could test your audio and visual. I really suggest doing this as well before your Braindate, just to make sure you don't have any tech issues. Often how it works, just like a Zoom or a WebEx, the Braindate platform is asking for permission to use your audio and your visual. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to click allow, and then it's going to ask me again for my microphone, and I'm going to allow. And this is an idea of what your Braindates will look like. Within your own Braindate, though, you're going to see there's going to be a grid layout. You'll also be able to have a chat. You could screen share. So you have a couple more options down here, but in a sense, this is the format you'll probably be seeing when you're in your Braindate itself. So again, any changes I do, I click Save Changes. If you want to make sure you've opted into notifications, or you want to change how you get your notifications, and you did not opt in to do so when you first log in, this is where you could always adjust those notifications. Again, anything you do, press Save Changes. So next, I'll show you is to create a new topic. Now, creating a new topic is very simple. You have your one-on-one 30 minutes. This is maybe if you're looking to have, maybe you could be a shy individual, or you don't really want to be part of a group, or maybe the information you're talking about is a bit more information sensitive. One-on-ones are great for that. And for group Braindates, they're with 4 other individuals. So I'm going to go in and create a group Braindate. I'm going to say, let's do an open discussion. This is a guide to also let other delegates know what type of information or conversation I'm trying to have. I've kind of pre-populated a topic already. And then you could also mention what inspired this topic. This is an area where you could give context. So say if you chose help me solve something, you could maybe talk about the challenge you're having here. So this is really, where you add more context so people understand where you're coming from with your topic. And then you always want to use a keyword. You have up to 5 keywords. This is very important because this is how other delegates are able to find your topics, because they'll be adding keywords to find different topics that might suit them based on their interest or what they're looking to or what knowledge they're seeking on the platform itself. So here I'm going to put, again, I apologize, it's not as unique, education. Then I'm going to pick a time. As you see, we have set dates here. This is the set dates that we're going to be having for the event. Mine starts on the 4th. That is because I am again in a different time zone. But I will go to Tuesday, and I will let's go to Wednesday, and I will select this time here, and I'm going to post. So now, as you can see, my topic is posted. This is where I have the option to sync my calendar or receive SMS reminders. You will always find this in your group Braindates and your one-on-ones, these reminders. This is also where I could edit my group Braindate or cancel my group Braindate. Please note that the moment at least one individual starts joining your group Braindate, you are not able to edit your group Braindate anymore. And that's because it's too difficult to deal with multiple people's calendars. So the moment the first person joins, you'll no longer be able to edit. You would have to cancel and recreate your Braindate if you had to change the time and the date and time. So now if I go back to market, I'll simply find my topic here. And it's as simple as that. And the same function goes for group for a one-on-one Braindate. If I want to do a one-on-one Braindate, as you can see here, we have George. I will just schedule a brain date with him. That's because one-on-one is working with people, two individuals' calendars. So here I could send George 3 options that I think might be relevant for us to meet. As you can see, George synced his calendar here, so it's showing me that he's not available to speak then. And then I would say continue, and then I would write an invite to George asking him, hoping that these 3 times work. Once George has accepted one of these times or proposed a new time if these 3 options did not work for George, that's where I'm going to find that invite here. So as you can see, I did not go through with that one-on-one, but I would find all pending invites here, sitting in my folder here, and I'd find all my confirmed brain dates here. So as you can see, I had a canceled brain date. You'll also find your past brain dates, and this is my up and coming brain date. Please note also that you could always go back into your previous brain dates and you could still message them. And if you want to exchange any contacts, send my contact information. I could also choose to go into here, have a look and see who else was in my brain date. As you can see, that was canceled. I was trying to cheat. But I can also have a look and see who else is in my brain date. And to do that too, so if there's ever a group brain date, say like here, down here, I would find all other delegates who'd be joining. And that's a really nice way too to see what type of individuals will be in that group. And if I feel like it's a group that I really think I'll gain knowledge or that I know I could share knowledge. So again, you're able to always have a look and see, who are all the individuals participating on the Brain Date platform. And the last note is that at all times during this process, you have access to the concierge please. This is going to be live during your days of brain dating, but before then it is just a simple email that's sent to our support team. And you can ask any question to do with the Brain Date platform and we're there to assist you. We'll be back in touch with you via email within the day or up to 24 hours. But as mentioned, during the event, this will be live for any human assistance. And at this point, I'm going to take any questions so far. Do we have any questions?
Thanks, Makayla. That was really a great presentation. There aren't any questions, but I have a question just to get it started, and I'll just encourage everyone to come off mute or put the questions in the chat. So I'm happy to help you out with that one. The concierge, what do they do during the conference? Like, what kind of questions are the most, I guess, popular ones with the concierge?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, it could be as simple as letting us know, basics is if there's something on the platform you may not understand, we're there to assist you. If it's asking, I'm nervous about creating a topic, but I really like to create something, what do you suggest? So that's where we kind of encourage you to have a look at what is of interest to you, what are you looking to gain or seek, or who you might be aiming to speak to at the event itself. And then also we often encourage individuals who are creating topics to really look at maybe what your expertise is, the field you work in, what is something that people come to you for advice for at all times, maybe challenges you're seeking. So you might be an expert in your field, but you also might be having a challenge in your industry. And this is the place to get, you can even get more granular advice. You could crowdsource, you get different perspectives and ideas. So we tend to help with topic creation. Also, if you have any basic technical issues, sometimes some individuals are having issues with audio-visual. That's super normal. It just often is not being able to give permission from either Chrome, Firefox, Safari. So simple things like that.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. Also, I'd actually know if you have if you have to cancel a brain date or anything like that too, sometimes you could reach out here and we could assist you on the formatting of doing it. Or if you have an emergency and you didn't have time to cancel it, you could ask our virtual learning concierge to assist you as well. Yes, Pena.
Either as a host or as a participant, imagine you've got a group brain date set up. How do you make the most of them?
Being in them or being a host? Well, I mean, I guess for hosting,
both.
Both? Okay, perfect. So as a host, it's not a necessarily presentation or it's not necessarily your show. Really what it is, you're the starter of a conversation. So as a host creating this topic, it probably means because either A, you were seeking to get the information, or B, you're an expert and you're looking to share the information. But that generally means that you start the call, you do a 5-minute roundtable introductions, and then you bring the topic back to the individuals. You can maybe give a bit of context as to why you brought it up or why you created the topic. And then really it's a conversation. So you want to make sure that all parties are engaging. And if you see somewhere a little bit more shy, you could reach out to them. And then really the last 5 minutes is kind of a wrap up, takeaways, and again, very simple. And then as a participant, it's the same thing. If the topic really interests you, consider some of the questions you want to ask the host. Consider some information you might have that you want to bring. If you have any information to share as a host or a participant before the brain date, you can also go in and share those links here. So if you have any links to articles, to presentations you saw, to any relevant information you'd like to share regarding that topic, you can share that here. And anything you post here, as you can see, then you have the send button, and then you can just send that over, and it gives great context before going into a brain date.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Great question. And Makayla, do you want to just maybe explain the conversation formats or the styles? Because you're talking a lot about sharing, maybe just a reminder about the different types of styles.
For sure. So there's 2 ways you could look at it. So as you could see at the moment, I'm just on the Topic Market platform. So if I just hover over it, I'll understand a little bit more about what the direction or the context the host has decided on. So ask me anything is get personalized insights about a topic you're passionate about. Often there is, let's have a look here. Brainstorm is a collaborative session where people meet to generate ideas about a real project or problem to solve. So they all have a definition to them. But if I simply go into any of these, you can click on the I here, and then anything you open, it gives those as well. So if you're a host and you want guidance into what you're creating, click on any of these and have a look through and see which best works for you, because this is also then what's going to be connected to your topic. So it's all here for you to kind of revise and see what you're looking to gain. So and you'll have this option. You just click on the choose as. So again, you get to look here on the side, the I button, if you're a host creating a topic, or if you're simply a participant, also just hover over and you'll get to see exactly what it means. It's the same definition as when you're creating the topic.
Sorry, I've just got 2 questions as well.
Yeah.
Can you contact anyone before the brain date that's in your group? Or
you can. So to contact other individuals, so there's 2 ways. As mentioned, to be able to contact an individual who say is not in a group, that's when one would invite them on a one-on-one brain date. Now, if you are booked, so say if I joined this group, I would automatically be in that group now. And yes, I can contact others within that group. Now, just for example's sake, I'm going to go back into mine because everyone looks this way. Whether you're the host or a participant, you will also come into the same area here. And this is where I could talk to them. So if there's someone in particular within the group I'd like to chat with or send a message to, I could send it here as well.
And just while you're there, if you accidentally cancel your brain date, is there a way to reinstate that? Or do you have to start from set it up again?
Correct. So, I mean, if I went to cancel, which I'll show you here, I mean, it prompts you to say, are you sure? So, you know, it's a very clear step if you're going to cancel your brain date. So if I say no, then I go back. If I'm canceling it because I honestly either had a scheduled conflict, then yeah, you want to, what I suggest personally is write a message here apologizing that you have to change the time of your brain date. So you could do it 2 ways. You could email them, you can message them here saying, hello, I apologize for this unforeseen date change, but I'll have to cancel this brain date because I need to move it to another date. However, if any of you guys who are attending this brain date would like to continue the brain date without me, you can do so, because As a host, you do not need to be, you do not own the call as, like a Zoom. Anyone can in the group can join the call and have a discussion without the host being there. Now that's a very exceptional situation that I'm mentioning now. Often if you need to change your brain date, you will cancel it. You could let your group know you apologize, but you could let them know the date and time you're moving it to, so that they're aware. They're going to get an email from you that you've canceled, and they'll know that you've changed it to another date and time. And then they'll be up to their homework to come into the platform and just quickly join that new date and time.
Sorry, Makada, quick question following to what Ariane said. So what's the difference between edit group brain date and cancel group brain date?
Okay. Yeah, good question. So edit group brain date is only here because no one has joined my group yet. So I'm able to edit my group brain date before anyone has joined my brain date. And that's because I cannot edit a date and time once individuals start joining the brain date, because it starts playing with too many people's calendars and schedules. So that's the difference there. It's mainly that. So if I press cancel, then my brain date's fine. But to be able to edit it is that, and then to cancel it is to really cancel it, delete the topic, delete the brain date itself.
Perfect, thanks.
Yep.
I also ask, if you have set up a group brain date and it turns out only one person wants to join, or maybe two people or something, can you then change it to one-on-one separates or something?
Unfortunately, you cannot, but it's still a great brain date. Even if one or two joins, as you know, it acts like a brain, like a one-on-one brain date. And even if it's two, the most important thing about these discussions is that you really are, they are a bit more intimate in regards to size. So it's really kind of being able to have more fruitful, more in-depth conversations with your other peers. So we tend to we don't find that as a negative. It's actually still a positive. Another note I'd like to highlight is that with a group brain date, people could, so if there is room in it, people will still join after the call has begun. So even if only two others were in there, but someone comes onto the platform last minute and they go to the filter and they're going to go to date and time, they're going to find your brain date, then they have the opportunity to still join your call as well. So I wouldn't, it's a way that we wouldn't want to change an opportunity for individuals. So that's why it's still there and available. And again, if it's just one other person, then it's considered a one-on-one and even more fruitful.
So Makada, for someone who's got a really busy schedule and doesn't have time to go through the marketplace and just gets to the conference and like, oh my God, what is this brain date? I haven't had time to book myself in. Could they just like come up and just go into any brain date at any time, or do they need to book it in a lead up? Do they need a lead up time to get
Not
into a brain
necessarily.
date?
Yeah, good question, Joe. Not necessarily. So in a sense, yes, most definitely this platform is better used with pre-planning. However, there are always individuals who are last minute. So yes, a great way is to make sure you filter. So say if you want to just really look at like say we were going to be on the 6th and I want to look at the one date and time I'm going to apply. I'm going to look at what's relevant to me. If this group was had started and at 6 o'clock my time and at 6:15 and it's still space to join, I could join group and then join the call right away. So yes, technically you can join spontaneously last minute only if there's room in that group.
Great.
Yeah, but we'll, sorry,
how many brain dates can I post?
So at the moment you could post in one go, you could post up to 4 group brain dates. Now, that doesn't mean you could only post 4. It just means that how we want to make sure the platform works is that we want to make sure that there aren't more topics than delegates at a conference. So we cap it to 4 of being empty. And the moment your brain dates start filling up, your ability to start posting again reopens. And that's just so that we don't just, post 150 topics, but we don't have we don't have the right amount of people to fill up those 150 topics. So how it works is, as you can see, I believe, once again, I'm going to use I had an example here with George. George, we'll take this default off. George actually has already posted 4 group brain dates. And now the moment the first one of his groups fills up, he'll be able to then post another one again. It will open up for him. And then one-on-ones is unlimited as well.
Thank you.
Yep.
I have a couple of questions. So firstly, if your first group brain date does get filled up, can you post the exact same topic, say, for another time or another day?
100%, Jess. Yes. So again, if you have a popular brain date and it does fill up quite quickly, then we always, it's very much suggested and asked for to duplicate your topic. It generally just means that people want to talk about that specific topic of interest. And so most likely, if you add another topic with the same title, it will fill up again. So really, yeah, if you have the time in your calendar to participate once again on the Brain Date platform with a similar topic, please do. It just really means that people are there and they really want to chat and have these conversations.
And the next question is, if I do join a brain date, is my profile public?
So the first login page you will all see, and now we didn't see it in mine because I was already on my platform. I already went to the steps, but when you're going to log in for the first time, and I'll just go back from here. So the first time that you come in and you click here, and then it will open up this new tab, you're actually going to get a first page saying get started. You click get started, and then you're going to have a page of notifications and public profile and our terms and conditions. The public profile is to be an individual found here. Now, if you choose to not have a public profile, which is being able to be found in the people section, the moment you start participating on the Brain Date platform in the sense of creating a topic or joining a group brain date, then automatically your profile becomes public. And that's clearly stated also on the opt-in page. So yes, you will then become public on the platform if you start openly participating within groups. Because as you saw, when you do look, when there are groups, you can always see who else is in the group as well.
So Makaida, that means that if you're not sure yet whether you want to join or host, you could just still browse the platform. You could still browse a marketplace of topics, but you could still remain invisible until you choose to become visible. Is that
Correct.
right?
Correct. And if you ever decided that, you know what, you still haven't decided if you want to participate, but you had a change of opinion and you would like to change your profile setting, you can also do that and in your preferences and simply here. So it would be open for you to toggle in. At the moment I'm open and I've been participating, but you always have the option of turning that on or on here if you said no on the first page. And then same goes, you could always opt in or look at your notifications as well.
And just to be clear for everyone on the call, that this is just for the Brain Date. If you wanted to remove yourself or be hidden from the conference attendee list, you would need to go back to the CVent virtual attendee hub and remove yourself from the community there. So that is 2 different things. You can be visible on one or the other or both, and you have the choice to turn that on and off. All right, well, thanks, Makaida. I think we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for the presentation and answering all our questions. I just had a quick reminder for everyone about the difference between Brain Date and one-on-one appointments that you can do through the CVent platform. And it's just a reminder that Brain Dates is really topic driven, and it's driven by making connections on a specific topic. So if that's what you want to do, then Brain Date is the platform for you. If you, on the other hand, want to connect directly with a person because of their position or where they work, you can also do that by requesting an appointment through the CVent platform. So you have choices in how you want to connect with delegates at the conference. And again, just a reminder, the conference starts on the 5th of October and ends on the 8th of October. So please head over to your inbox to check how you can log into the platform. You can already do that. And yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for being on the call today.
Thank you.